You're listening to the Bots and Bosses podcast, the only show where robots and humans attempt to work side by side. Presented by John Binks, technologist, author, and your AI wrangling tour guide. So, buckle up and let's deep dive.
Welcome to the Bots and Bosses podcast, presented by John Binks.
This is episode 13.
And it originally aired on August 24th, 2025.
Today's show is sponsored by Bots and Bosses.
And welcome everyone to the deep dive. Today, we're about to unpack a topic that sits right at the cutting edge. You know, technology, business strategy, Agentic AIOps. Yeah, it might sound like a bit of a mouthful, but we promise we'll make it crystal clear.
Yep.
And hopefully really insightful for you.
Definitely.
Our deep dive today, it's inspired by some, truly insightful content. We're drawing from that Bots and Bosses episode, but also, pulling from multiple sources, multiple experts who are all exploring this exciting frontier of IT.
Yeah.
So our mission, like always, is to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from this vision of IT's future, all brought to us by your curiosity.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, beyond just the buzzwords, is how this whole concept of Agentic AIOps, it isn't just like an incremental update to how we think about IT ops.
Right. Not just AIOps plus.
Exactly. It fundamentally pushes the boundaries of what's even possible. Thinking about automation, intelligence, within these really complex systems we run, it really represents a kind of paradigm shift, moving away from just reacting to issues.
Yeah, the firefight.
Towards intelligently anticipating them and resolving them.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's dive right into what Agentic AIOps actually is. Because for many people, AIOps itself, artificial intelligence for IT operations, that's not totally new.
True. Been around a while.
But Agentic AIOps is really, it's an evolution, isn't it? Moving us into, a new frontier. The material we've looked at, it clearly highlights these two core components. It says it couples generative AI, right, for insight generation.
The thinking part.
Yeah, the thinking part. With Agentic AI for the autonomous response, the doing part.
Precisely.
So let's break that down a bit for you. Think of the generative AI that's like the brilliant diagnostician on your IT team. It can analyze just vast amounts of data, different kinds too. Unstructured logs, real-time metrics, even like incident narratives.
The messy stuff.
Exactly. To reason about the root cause, what actually went wrong. And it can even propose pretty complex, maybe multi-step solutions.
And that's where the Agentic AI part comes in. So if generative AI is the diagnostician, then the Agentic AI is like the highly skilled surgeon.
Okay. I like that.
It takes those proposals, those potential solutions, and it autonomously executes them.
So it doesn't just suggest, it acts.
It acts.
Yeah.
This isn't just about flagging a problem. It's about independently kicking off and coordinating actions, maybe across multiple systems, to actually implement a fix.
Right.
It's the difference between a doctor telling you what medicine to take and one who actually performs the necessary surgery to fix the underlying issue.
That's a great analogy. So it's like this incredibly smart IT assistant, one who not only spots a problem brewing, but actually fixes it, potentially before you or anyone else even knows it was there.
That's the goal.
And the key outcome then is delivering this real-time, proactive resolution. And crucially, without needing manual intervention at every single step.
And that is the critical distinction, isn't it, from, let's call it traditional AIOps.
Right.
Which, look, it's valuable. It identifies problems, it offers insights, maybe suggests solutions.
Sure. Helps narrow things down.
But Agentic AIOps goes significantly further by acting on those insights autonomously.
Okay.
If we kind of zoom out, connect this to the bigger picture, it's about shifting IT, moving it from that largely reactive troubleshooting model.
The constant firefighting we always hear about. Teams just scrambling.
Exactly, scrambling to put out blazes. Moving from that to a truly proactive, autonomous operational engine.
An engine.
Yeah. It's about predicting and preventing, really, not just detecting and reacting after the fact. It fundamentally reshapes the nature of IT work itself.
So what really sets Agentic AIOps apart then are its core capabilities. Let's maybe explore how it actually operates. Like, what groundbreaking actions can it take? Because this is where it gets, really interesting.
Yeah, the what it can do part.
Exactly. The source material we looked at details three core capabilities that genuinely stand out. First one, autonomous detection, diagnosis, and resolution.
The full cycle.
The full cycle. It means the system doesn't just Flag an anomaly. It identifies the root cause, figures out a solution, and then implements that fix.
All without human touch points, it says.
Right. All without human touch points.
Now, that sounds incredibly powerful, and it is. But it probably raises some practical questions too, doesn't it? Like, while the ideal might be hands-free, are there scenarios where removing all human touch points could maybe introduce new risks?
Yeah.
Maybe with really novel, unforeseen incidents or situations involving super sensitive data.
That's a really important point, a critical consideration for any organization thinking about this.
Yeah. How do these autonomous systems make sure that human oversight or intervention is still possible when it's genuinely needed? Or how do they learn when to escalate something complex to a human?
That's vital. And I think the idea isn't complete exclusion, right? It's more about intelligently automating the known issues, the repeatable stuff.
Okay. The routine problems.
Exactly. Humans definitely stay in the loop for the really complex, the unprecedented situations, or, for those high stakes decisions where you absolutely need final sign off.
Right. Checks and balances.
And the system learns those parameters. It adapts. And speaking of adapting and seeing the whole picture, the second core capability is cross-domain observability.
Ah, yes. Observability. Crucial.
Crucial. This means the system can unify all these different kinds of data. We're talking structured metrics, but also unstructured logs, incident narratives, config data.
All of it.
All of it. And pull this information from all sorts of diverse environments. Doesn't matter if it's cloud, on-prem, hybrid systems.
That ability to ingest and then, synthesize such a broad spectrum of data, that's what really enables the intelligent decision-making.
Right. Beyond simple rules.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because modern IT environments are just incredibly complex, right? So many interdependencies, services, infrastructure components.
A tangled web sometimes.
Totally. So this cross-domain observability lets the AI see the entire picture, not just isolated silos.
Which is often the problem now.
It is. Without that unified view, issues can easily slip through the cracks or, take hours and hours to diagnose because teams are chasing symptoms across 10 different tools.
Exactly. And this comprehensive view, it's not just about spotting problems that have already happened. It's also about connecting maybe seemingly unrelated data points, finding weak signals.
To predict potential outages before they become critical. It's about understanding that subtle performance dip that hints at a bigger issue down the line.
Something human teams often struggle with just because of the sheer volume of data in those silos we mentioned. For sure. Okay, and the third capability, continuous learning.
Ah, this is a big one for the long term.
Huge. What's really compelling here is its ability to autonomously evolve. These systems actually get smarter over time. They learn from every interaction, every fix, every new piece of data they see.
This continuous learning piece.
Yeah.
It's truly foundational, I think. It means the system isn't static. It's like an adaptive, almost like a self-optimizing, resilient IT immune system.
An immune system. I like that.
Yeah. It learns from every anomaly, right? Continuously hardening itself against future issues, evolving ahead of new threats, maybe.
Which means less manual work.
Exactly. It significantly reduces that manual maintenance overhead.
Yep.
All the tweaking and tuning of rules or scripts.
Right.
And that frees up IT professionals to focus on innovation, not just constantly putting out fires or tuning the fire detectors.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental shift, really, from human-led sort of iterative improvements to machine-driven adaptive intelligence.
Wow. Okay. And the material also mentions some other specific actions agentic AIOps can take, like pinpointing slowdowns or failures with really granular precision.
Getting right to the root cause.
Right. And automatically rolling back configurations to a stable state if an error pops up after a change.
Super useful. Saves a lot of panic.
Definitely. Scaling resources up or down, as needed. For performance, for cost efficiency.
Elasticity.
Rerouting traffic to keep services available during an outage somewhere else. And even meticulously documenting incidents, for future prevention, for analysis.
This is really designed to handle that full life cycle of an IT incident, start to finish.
It seems like it, yeah.
Which, again, it raises that important question for, anyone listening who's an IT pro or a business leader. How does this really change the day-to-day, the strategic focus for IT teams?
Right. What's the impact on the ground?
Because it's not just about efficiency gains, right? It's about fundamentally reshaping roles within IT, the capabilities you just outlined. They directly address that goal we talked about, moving from
reactive firefighting,
the proactive engine of innovation, as the source puts it.
Yeah.
It's about enabling teams to be more strategic, not just operational, by leveraging all this newfound autonomy.
Okay, so understanding what it can do is one thing. But the real impact, like you said, lies in the tangible benefits it brings to your organization, to you, to your team.
This so what?
Exactly. So let's look at how these capabilities actually translate into real-world advantages. The analysis we saw outlines 4 key benefits pretty clearly. First one, it helps curb alert overload.
Oh, yeah. A classic pain point.
We all know that feeling, right? Being just swamped by notifications, that constant barrage of alerts. And so many turn out to be false positives or just low priority noise.
Drains so much time and energy.
Totally. So Agentic AIOps acts on the insights instead of just surfacing more alerts, which significantly cuts down that noise and helps streamline the whole resolution workflow.
That reduction in alert fatigue, it's critical, not just for efficiency, but for like mental health and focus within IT teams.
Good point.
When engineers aren't constantly sifting through this flood of alerts, they can actually concentrate on the genuinely complex problems, the novel stuff that does need human ingenuity.
Yeah.
It's about giving IT leadership clear signals too, enabling them to make truly informed strategic decisions. Because the important data isn't buried under all that noise anymore.
So it dramatically shifts resources away from just reacting.
Towards strategic initiatives, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Imagine that. Dramatically fewer false alarms, clearer signals. It means IT pros can breathe, focus, contribute more effectively. That leads to the second benefit, reducing downtime and costs.
Makes sense.
When you have rapid autonomous resolution, well, it naturally limits the business impact, limits operational waste. Issues get fixed, ideally, before they escalate into major outages.
Right.
And that saves not just revenue from lost productivity, but it also protects your brand's reputation, customer trust, all that good stuff.
Exactly. And that benefit, it goes beyond just the immediate cost savings. It really enhances overall business resilience, maybe even competitive advantage. Well, in today's, always-on economy, every second of downtime can translate directly to lost sales, frustrated customers, a big hit to your market standing.
True.
Agentic AIOps provides this crucial layer of self-healing infrastructure, something that can maintain service continuity, even when unexpected disruptions hit.
Okay. Self-healing infrastructure. Powerful concept. Now, the third benefit, and this one feels, huge. It helps prevent burnout engineering.
Ah, yes. Very relevant today.
Now, I've all heard the stories, right?
Yeah.
Engineers on call 24/7, constantly putting out fires, dealing with the same repetitive, mundane issues.
Yeah.
It just drains their energy, their enthusiasm.
It really does. Leads to churn.
So by liberating engineers from that constant reactive firefighting, Agentic AIOps frees them up, lets them focus on more transformative work, strategic work, the kind of work that truly adds value, drives innovation, and frankly is just far more engaging for them.
And this has really profound implications for talent retention, for sure, but also for the evolving career paths within IT.
Tell me more about that.
Well, when engineers spend less time on repetitive incident management, they suddenly have the bandwidth to upskill, to innovate, to contribute to new product development maybe, or big architectural improvements.
So their role changes.
It shifts their role from maybe feeling like an operational janitor to being a strategic architect or developer. That directly impacts job satisfaction and the overall value that engineering team can bring, moving from, an operational cost center to an engine of innovation.
An engine of innovation. There's that phrase again. Okay, and finally, the fourth benefit mentioned is strategic integration across ops agents.
Right. Connecting the dots.
Yeah. This isn't about ripping and replacing existing systems like DevOps or MLOps. It's more that it complements and elevates them, optimizing operations across the whole IT ecosystem.
Exactly.
Think of it maybe like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the different specialized sections, your security ops, network ops, DevOps, are all playing in harmony.
That's a good way to put it. Creating a more cohesive, efficient whole. Precisely. It's about connecting those dots, enhancing, orchestrating these existing, often highly specialized ops disciplines.
Okay.
It allows for that holistic view of the operational landscape, making sure that changes in one area, say a new deployment from DevOps, are immediately understood and managed across the entire ecosystem by the Agentic AIOps system.
So it makes everything work together better.
In essence, yeah. Agentic AIOps is really redefining IT, enabling autonomous, intelligent, adaptive operations right across the enterprise. It builds on what's already there and just makes it infinitely more powerful, more integrated.
Makes sense.
And, knowledge is most valuable when it's understood and applied, right? These benefits we've talked about, they aren't just like technical dreams. They have significant business impact, operational impact, even human impact.
Okay, the benefits sound, Truly amazing, transformative even. But how do organizations actually get there?
The implementation question.
Yeah. It's clearly not just flipping a switch, right? Or just buying a new piece of software and plugging it in.
Definitely not.
The material really emphasizes this. Implementing Agentic AIOps demands building an equally robust strategy. It states very clearly it's not merely about adopting new tech.
You can't just buy the tool and expect magic.
Exactly. So the analysis highlights some critical questions an organization absolutely must answer before starting this journey. For instance, you need to ask, which business outcomes should it enable?
Start with the why.
All right. Are you aiming for better uptime, faster MTTR mean time to resolution, reducing specific costs? You need to be crystal clear on the specific value you're trying to create.
That's absolutely right. The shift demands, as the source says, a strategic roadmap, not just tech adoption.
A roadmap.
Yeah, it's not about automating just for the sake of automation. It's about aligning every single autonomous action with clear, measurable business goals.
Okay, so defining outcomes first. What else?
Well, beyond defining the outcomes, organizations also need to figure out what data sources and contexts will power your AI decision-making.
The data piece. Always crucial with AI.
Always. And it isn't just about throwing all your data at it. It's about identifying the right data, making sure it's good quality data, and understanding the context it operates in.
That sounds like a huge undertaking in itself, especially given how fragmented data landscapes can be in big companies.
It often is a major hurdle. And then, once you've figured out the outcomes in the data, you also have to define how will success be measured across your ecosystem.
Measuring success, okay.
And this needs to go beyond just simple KPIs for one tool. It requires a really holistic view of performance across all the integrated systems, across different teams.
Right, because it affects everything.
Critical thinking is just essential here, especially with all the information overload we face. And like you said, this isn't just about installing software. It's really about a complete operational and cultural transformation.
Cultural transformation, that sounds big.
It is. Organizations have to consider other strategic levers too. For instance, managing the inevitable change within the teams.
The people side.
Exactly. You raised a great point earlier about preventing burnout, which is positive. But there's also often the perception or the fear that AI is coming for jobs.
Yeah, how do you handle that?
How do you reskill your workforce? What new roles might emerge? You need a really clear communication plan. Training initiatives.
Yeah.
You need to empower your IT professionals, show them how this elevates their work, not threatens it.
That buy-in must be one of the biggest hurdles, right? Getting people on board with something this transformative.
Often, yes. It's overcoming that if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality sometimes. Or just the fear of the unknown.
So how do leaders do that?
Leaders need to paint a really clear picture. Show the new value engineers will create, talk about the exciting new problems they'll get to solve, rather than just focusing only on what's being automated away.
Shifting the narrative.
Exactly. Shifting it to one of growth, of elevated human contribution. But beyond change management, there's also the critical aspect of ensuring data quality. We touched on it, but it's worth repeating.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Pretty much. Your AI is only as good as the data it learns from. Garbled data, incomplete data, siloed data that will lead to flawed autonomous decisions, potentially dangerous ones.
Okay, so clean data is non-negotiable.
Absolutely. Then there's aligning with existing IT frameworks, things like IDLE or DevOps practices. You need to ensure Agentic AIOps enhances these processes rather than disrupting them or working against them.
Makes sense. Integration, not replacement.
And finally, prioritizing a scalable architecture is vital. You can't build a robust, reliable, autonomous system on top of a fragile, shaky foundation.
Right. Needs solid ground.
All of these things. They're foundational to success. They require careful planning, sustained commitment. It's a journey.
It really is clear this isn't a quick fix. It's a deliberate, thoughtful journey, one that touches really every facet of IT. The source's conclusion feels spot on. Agentic AIOps is more than a buzzword. It's a transformative leap.
Captures it well.
It truly summarizes this overarching shift we've been discussing, moving IT operations definitively from reactive firefighting to proactive engine of innovation.
There it is again.
Yeah. And this vision, it's what those forward-looking organizations are striving for, isn't it? As they pursue ultimate efficiency, resilience, and true innovation.
And this, I think, raises a really important question for all of us, for organizations everywhere. Are they truly ready? ready to embrace this level of autonomy, ready to fundamentally reimagine their IT incident response plan.
Making parts of it obsolete, maybe.
Perhaps, making the current plan obsolete, at least for many routine issues. It requires a deep trust in these autonomous systems, a willingness to really redefine how humans and machines collaborate at every level.
Yeah.
The implications, they're profound. For skill sets, for organizational structures, for the very definition of work within IT.
Lots to think about there.
For sure. And there's always more to learn, right? Multiple perspectives definitely enrich our understanding of these really complex shifts, especially as we think about how humans and AI will continuously adapt, continuously learn to work together better.
Absolutely. Wow. What a truly deep dive that was into this fascinating and clearly future-shaping world of agentic AIOps.
Definitely future-shaping.
We've seen how it's really poised to redefine IT operations, moving us beyond just simple automation into truly autonomous, intelligent systems capable of continuous learning, proactive resolution.
Building that IT immune system, as you said.
Exactly, that IT immune system that can detect, diagnose, and even heal itself. So here's a final thought for you, our listeners, to mull over. Think about this. If agentic AIOps can predict and resolve IT issues before humans even know they exist, what new higher-level problems will you and your teams be truly free to solve?
Ooh, that's a great question. That provocative thought really brings home the potential, doesn't it? For human innovation to be unleashed through AI. It highlights how these technologies aren't really about replacing human intellect. They're about augmenting it, allowing us to focus our energy on creativity, on strategy, on entirely new challenges we haven't even conceived of yet.
Yeah, elevating human potential.
Exactly. And in the spirit of this evolving technological landscape, as outlined by John Binks, today's show was indeed human-inspired, empowered with AI assistance. For those eager to delve deeper into these conversations and explore the future of ops, be sure to visit www.botsandbosses.com.
Well, that's a wrap of this episode of the Bots and Bosses podcast. Enjoyed the show? Don't just listen. Follow the Bots and Bosses podcast and connect with John Binks online. Remember, the bots are getting smarter, but you're still the boss. For now, see you next time.